Greetings, everybody. Well, here we are at long last. We are on part 4. That's right, we've made our way from upstairs down to the bottom second horror shelf. That's right. So, what are we going to do today? Well, once again, basically, it's going to be roughly about the same format as the first shelf. Basically, we have basically franchise horror, and then down here, this one's a little bit different. It's kind of got mainly like director sections and a little bit left over from like franchise horror and stuff like that. And then of course the bottom shelf, it's kind of the same thing, mostly like a grab bag of stuff, but it's also a little bit of director stuff as well. So yeah, sneak preview of what is to come for parts 5 and 6. So, let's not waste any time. Let's get going on part 4, because we've got quite a bit to cover right here on the Media Files. Alright, welcome back. So, we're going to deal with everything that is actually on the top layer up here. And, of course, the pile that you saw that was right here. So, yeah, that's the overflow. So, we'll deal with the overflow real quick first. First, we have the collector's series of Ghostbusters. Yeah, now this is you want to try to track some of these different editions down, because this actually has some documentaries and stuff that are actually not available anywhere. Plus, they also have the world premiere live video commentary, which is exclusive to this edition. So, yeah, there we go. Then we have, once again, more Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. Yeah, this is in the remastered in 4K editions, loaded with great bonus features. And once again, different features, different editions. Gotta get them all, right? Alright, then up next, you probably have seen some of these in my latest horror movie update, which was posted a few days ago. If not, well, hey, it's, here. Here we have Laid to Rest, which there's only 2 of these movies. I gotta get the second one. And then we have Rec 4 Apocalypse. I think I've got like 1 more left and I'll have all of them. Then we have, from Full Moon Pictures, we have the limited edition of Witch House. Yeah, I believe this is a trilogy, and so I've never actually seen any of these, so why not? We also have Witch House 2, Blood Coven. So, yeah. Then we have, finally, Poltergeist 2 and 3 double features. So now the Poltergeist section is actually now finally been completed. Then we have on DVD Scream 4. I love this series. And Scream. In this case, Scream 5. Why they just didn't put Scream 5 on it? That would make things so much easier. And yes, I have Scream 6, but I don't know where the case is at the moment. It's here somewhere. Then we have Piranha, the remake. This movie is awesome. It's gory. It's nuts. But it's also very, very hot. And you know what you did during some of those scenes. Let's see. Up next, we have The Ring 2, which is the sequel to the Ring, which is the American remake. Then we also have Rings, the 3rd film in the spin-off series, or rather the American remake series. Then we have Lake Placid 3. Yeah, I need to get 2 and the first one, but I want the collector's edition of the first one, so. Then we have a triple feature of Psycho 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. Then we have Jeepers Creepers, the first movie, and the second movie. Yeah, my cousin actually got me these movies because she thought I would like them. I'm like, sweet. So that completes the entire Jeepers Creepers trilogy. All right, now we're going to move on to the stuff that was sitting on top of the first set of rows. So, as I mentioned before, in the upstairs section, I have Blood Rain 3, The Third Reich. Yeah, somebody apparently lost the Blu-ray cover of this, and they decided to do a crappy printout of it. And you can tell they didn't cut it very well. But oh well, at least the disc is in there. That's all that matters. Then we have The Craft Legacy. Yeah, I need to get the collector's edition of the first movie because I've never actually watched it. I heard it's supposed to be really good. Then we have, what I have of, as far as goes the Hammer Collection series, we have the 4-film favorite Draculas, featuring Horror of Dracula, Dracula Has Risen from the Grave, Taste the Blood of Dracula, and Bracula, good lord, Dracula AD 1972. Then I have this, the 2-disc special edition of The Curse of Frankenstein. Yeah, loaded with great features. We might actually do a closer look at this at some point, like a close-up video, and it looks amazing. Then we have the HBO miniseries, The Hitchhiker, which I thought was like a remake of The Hitcher, but I'm like, it's kind of the same thing. Then we have a multi-pack featuring Drive-Thru, Creep. No, it's not the first movie. It's just another movie named Creep. Boy Eats Girl, and Tamara. So yeah, I mainly got it for Drive-Thru, because that movie's just freaking nuts. Think like the loudest metal you can possibly think of whenever you see the villain on the screen. Then we have Alone in the Dark 2. And then we have Terror of Frankenstein. Yeah, I just saw this and I'm like, hey, some Frankenstein movie that I've never seen, so why not? Alright, then up next we have Cabin Fever 2 Spring Fever. Yeah, so that completes the entire series of that. Then we have The Forever Purge. I knew I had all 5 of them, so the funny thing is I've not actually watched any of them. All I needed to do is get the television series, and there you go. The Purge collection will be complete. Then we have a very interesting kind of remake that I didn't even think was a remake, but here we have The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Yeah, it's a pretty decent movie. And they actually kind of take inspiration, mention the fact that the movie was made in Texarkana. And, there you go. Alrighty. So then up next, we get to one of my favorite horror franchises. We have Final Destination. Yeah, I love this, the whole New Line Platinum series. I love this series because they absolutely loaded everything with extras, and it always sounded great for some weird reason. So there you go. Then we have Final Destination 2. Yeah, this one was really well done. Really, really good. Then we have Final Destination 3, the widescreen edition. Yeah, full screen is blue, widescreen is red. So there you go. Alright, then we have The Final Destination, which is the 4th film in the series on Blu-ray. Then we have Final Destination 5, and that completes that series. Now we go into one of my favorite, another one of my favorites. We have A Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, classic Freddy Krueger. If you want a collector's edition, this is the one to get, because this thing is absolutely jam-packed with extras, and, well, it's awesome. Then we have, of course, the somewhat meh remake. It's alright, but, Then we have Never Sleep Again, the Elm Street Legacy, the Nightmare on Elm Street documentary. 4.5 hours of awesome Freddiness. It's so good. Check it out. Let's see here. Actually, speaking of Freddy, hang on just a second here. Forgot that this thing was over here. We have the Nightmare on Elm Street box set collection. Yeah, there you go. Might as well show that off here at some point. Then we have my small Dr. Lecter collection. Here we have the original release. We have Manhunter. Yeah, basically it's, well, before Silence of the Lambs ever came out, there was this version. Then we have on Blu-ray, The Silence of the Lambs. Hello, Clarice. Yeah. Then we have the Kino Lorber edition of Hannibal on Blu-ray. Everything that was on that original DVD is on this set, which is awesome. Then we have the 2-disc Director's Edition of Red Dragon. Yeah. This one actually has even more bonus features, including a really awesome documentary about how Brett Ratner actually made the movie and stuff. And yeah, I know a lot of people don't like his movies, but for what he did with this, it's a pretty good movie. Alright, now we're going to make our way to the first section of the shelf. So, have to bear with me for a minute, because I got to take everything off the shelf. It makes things so much easier to get to. So, yeah. Okay. Alrighty, so first off, we're going to go into the realm, well, of Kevin Smith. We have Tusk. Great movie. Hilarious idea. There you go. Check out his if you can find it, check out the his podcast entitled The Walrus and the Carpenter. That's where you literally get the entire idea. Then we're going to go into what I like to call, it's basically my small Adam Green collection. And here we have Hatchet. Great, great movie. Old school horror at its finest, but in modern times. Then we have Hatchet 2. Hatchet 3. We have Victor Crowley, which is the 4th film in the series. Then we have a movie called Frozen, which is basically a horror film at a ski slope area, and it is creepy and it's awesome. And then finally we have Digging Up the Morrow. There you go. Alrighty. So up next, let's go to a little realm of ghosts, shall we? Here we have Paranormal Activity 2. Paranormal Activity 3, which is the prequel. How it all began. We have Paranormal Activity 4. Paranormal Activity, the marked ones are basically 4.5, or technically 5, whatever you want to call it. And then we have The Ghost Dimension. Yeah, so that completes the entire Paranormal Activity collection. Like I said, almost a lot of stuff is down, more of the extra stuff is down here. Alright, now let's get into basically Freddy's little nemesis that, you know, he loves to bash and make fun of. Just like with everybody. Here we have Friday the 13th, the deluxe edition. Yeah, I love these movies. These are awesome. Then up next we have Part 2, the deluxe edition. We have Part 3 in 3D. 3D kind of sucks, but you know, it's that blue and red, you know, 3D glasses or whatever. Then we have Part 4, the final chapter. In this case, it's not really the final chapter, but it is also the start of the Tommy Jarvis trilogy. Then we have Part 5, The New Beginning. Yeah, this one is awesome for a scene which you know what you did. Probably rewind it a million times. Or probably pause it. Then we have Part 6, Jason Lives, which is the ending of the Tommy Jarvis trilogy. This one's my favorite out of all of them. I don't know why. Just having the whole Frankenstein aspect with Jason is pretty cool. Then we have Part 7, The New Blood. Yeah. In my opinion, the scariest one out of all of them. And my only gripe with this is this damn cover. Jason did not ever use that weapon. That's actually from Part 6. Yeah. Why couldn't you have used that on the back? There you go. Then, of course, we have Part 8, Jason Rides a Boat. Yeah, it's Jason Takes Manhattan, but he never was in Manhattan for that long, and you know why. Then we have Jason Goes to Hell, which features the unrated and the R-rated editions, which is pretty cool. And, you know, what can we say? This is the last one for quite a while. Then we got Freddy vs. Jason. I love this movie. It's awesome. Especially when you have Ronnie Yu directing it. So you got a bit of a Hong Kong influence there on the movie. Which is pretty cool. Then we got, of course, Jason X. It's not as great as, you know, it's alright for what it is. But, what are you going to do? Then, of course, we have His Name Was Jason, 30 Years of Friday the 13th, the 2-disc documentary. This thing is awesome. Sadly, it's not quite as long as Freddy, but yeah, we'll take it. But it's cool, though, that it's actually hosted by Tom Savini. Then, of course, we have the remake on DVD and on Blu-ray. Yeah. This one, it has the killer cut, front cover on it, but it has the R-rated DVD in it. I don't know why. It just does. And, of course, this one here is creepy because, you know, I see you. So, yeah. Alrighty, moving on. Let's go into some Evil Dead. Yeah. So we have the 25th anniversary edition of Evil Dead 2. This is the edition you want to get. This is jam-packed with extras. Took them long enough, but hey, it's Evil Dead 2. And then we have Bruce Campbell versus Army of Darkness, the director's cut. The official bootleg edition, which has about a few extra little things here or there or whatever, but what can you say? This is awesome. And then, of course, we have Army of Darkness, the Boomstick edition, the 2-disc set. Yeah, this one's I think this one's kind of harder to find, but it has the theatrical version and the director's cut, and which is kind of cool about it is that it features both on here the widescreen and the full frame editions for the theatrical cut, which is sweet. And yes, I know that there is a Shout Factory edition which has like another cut, and I want that set so bad. Okay, then let's see here. Then we'll get into let's see here. Then we have just a random movie that just kind of fitted on the shelf. We've got Gretel and Hansel, A Grimm Fairy Tale. Then we have The Gallows. Yeah. If you want to get this movie, get it on Blu-ray. Because they actually have another edition of the movie entitled The Original Version, which is shot guerrilla style. Basically, this is kind of what made the producers basically make the guys remake the movie. And I know there is a second one, and I have been trying to find that forever. So yeah, get the Blu-ray. Let's see here. Oh, then we have a Nightmare fan edit. Yeah, I'm not sure where I found this at, but it's basically somebody made a fan edit for the 25th anniversary, and I love that artwork on there. That's so cool. But what's cool about it, though, is that somebody took like 9 minutes of restored footage and it digitally threw it all in. So basically, it's like an extended cut of the movie, which is kind of cool. Fortunately, this was never officially released, but I think you can find it somewhere online. Then, of course, we have Texas Chainsaw. Yeah, a little bit of Leatherface going on. This one's okay. I mainly like it because it stars Alexandra Daddario. So this was before she even did True Detective. So, yeah. Then, of course, we got one of my favorite wrestlers, good old Kane in See No Evil. Yeah. This movie is awesome. I mean, come on. How could you not love Jacob Goodnight? Yeah. Then we have the sequel, See No Evil 2. It's awesome. Stars Danielle Harris in it, but it's directed by the Soka sisters, who are who's done a few really good Asian horror films, which is kind of cool. And then we have the rest of the Jordan Peele trilogy. We have, of course, Get Out, which was almost won an Oscar for Best Picture. That would have been awesome, which I have not actually seen yet. Then, of course, we have Us. Yeah. So, like I said, that's the end of the Jordan Peele trilogy, because I do have Nope, but I need to put it with the others. But from the creators of the Evil Dead remake, we've got Don't Breathe. Yeah, I've never actually seen this, but I'm interested to see what Stephen Lang does in this movie, which I've not seen, but directed by Fede Alvarez, who did the Evil Dead remake. Then, of course, we have Don't Breathe 2. Yeah, that's the end of that series. All right. Then we have some alien craziness. Yeah. Or shall I say hotness, rather. Here we have the collector's edition of Species. Yeah, starring Natasha Henstridge. And, of course, Michael Madsen, Alfred Molina, Forrest Whitaker, Ben Kingsley. Great movie. Of course, heavily inspired and also worked on by H.R. Giger. Yeah. Loads of bonus features. Awesome movie. Then, of course, we have Species 2. I don't know why. This one was always so hard to find on DVD for some weird reason. I don't know why. It always was. So, there we go. Then, of course, we have Species 3. Yeah. There is a fourth movie entitled The Awakening, which I think I have somewhere. I don't know. If not, well, hey, I know which one to get. Alrighty, so now we're going to grab the stuff what's in the back here before we get to the back shelf. Yeah. So, let's see what is back in here. Give a couple minutes here. Okay. Alright, so now we're into the upper stacked pile of the back shelf. Yeah. So, first up, we have Happy Death Day from Blumhouse Studios. I know there's the sequel, Happy Death Day to You. Have not seen it yet, but I'm slowly trying to get all the Blumhouse films and have a Blumhouse shelf. So, yeah. Then we have a Walmart exclusive with awesome packaging. The Thing 3 movie collection, which features the original Thing, as well as the John Carpenter 82 Gorefest, and, of course, the terrible but somewhat interesting prequel to The Thing of The Thing of The Thing. So, yeah. But I love it. It's got the glow-in-the-dark artwork and everything. And there you go. So up next, we have, we have the Hitcher trilogy. Yeah, we've got the original movie, The Hitcher, starring Rutger Hauer and C. Thomas Howell. And, of course, a very young Jennifer Jason Leigh. Yeah. I have not actually watched this movie all the way through. I'm sure there might be a collector's edition of this somewhere. But, there we go. Then, of course, we have The Hitcher 2. Yeah. With C. Thomas Howell returning, as well as a new girl, Gary Rohr. And, of course, Mr. Jake Busey. Yeah. The son of the legendary Busey actor. Oh, God, what is his name? Gary Busey from, there you go. I love his stuff. And then, of course, we have the remake. Yep. This one was done by Michael Bay's production company, Platinum Dunes, and I think this movie, actually, was part of their, what I like to call their original quadrilogy. Because at the time, this was supposed to be the last one that the company was supposed to do, but they ended up doing a bunch of others since then. So there you go. Alrighty, so up next, you guys saw these earlier. Here we have Black Christmas. Yeah, I have not watched this yet. I really need to get onto it. There's a bunch of stuff I have yet to watch. I need to. So, yeah. Then, of course, there's the remake made in the early 2000s, like a bunch of other horror films was getting done back then. Then, of course, we have the remake of the remake, or the retelling. Yeah. A Blumhouse movie. Have not watched it. So, we'll see how dumbed down it is, because it's PG-13. Alrighty, then we have, let's see here. We've got My Bloody Valentine Special Edition DVD. Yeah. What can I say? It's creepy, it's awesome, but it's such a great movie. It's really, really cool. And, of course, we have the remake, My Bloody Valentine 3D. This was so good in the theaters. It's hot, it's bloody, and it's gory, but man, I tell you what. Written by Todd Farmer, who actually did Jason X, but he actually makes a small cameo in here, which is cool. And what can we say? It's really, really well done. And, of course, we have The Exorcist 2, The Heretics, which I know nobody really likes, but you know what? What are you going to do? They made 3 of them. Technically in the original trilogy, but actually they've now made 6 movies. Then we have the original release of Donnie Darko, the R-rated director's cut, by the way, which I think actually has a few bonus features on this that is not on the director's cut. And then we have The Omen 2, yeah, starring Damien there. Yeah, this is the original DVD release. Basically just a commentary. Alright, so up next we have, well, first things first, before I show off these DVDs, we have, get you an idea here, we have the Omen Deluxe Edition collection from Scream Factory. Yeah, there we go. So, got some dirt or something down here. Then we have, we have the Twilight Zone TV series, which normally I probably wouldn't show, but it's just sitting right there, so why not? Alright, now we have on DVD, my mother-in-law actually got me these because she thought I'd like them. I'm like, okay. We have Damien, Omen 2, which is just your generic DVD release. Then we have the Omen 3, The Final Conflict, starring Mr. Sam Neill as Damien. And, of course, we have the Omen 4, The Awakening. Alrighty. Let's see here. Then, up next, we've got 47 Meters Down. This movie was awesome, but the people that were sitting in front of me were such a pain in the ass that I made them jump. Oh, yeah. I'll explain that story when I do a review of this movie and its sequel. Great movie. Then, as you had seen earlier, the Friday the 13th movies. Well, I've got the From Crystal Lake to Manhattan DVD collector's set. Yeah. What can we say? Nothing like a guy in a hockey mask chasing you around, acting like a maniac. Then we have Mimic, the original DVD release. I really need to get the director's cut of this because all this has is the theatrical trailer, which sucks. Then we have the Blair Witch Project. Everybody and their dog saw this movie when it came out. Then, of course, we have the absolutely great sequel, Blair Witch 2, which nobody really liked. It was pretty dumb and stupid, but the reason why I keep this is because it has one side features the DVD, the other side is actually the soundtrack. Yeah, that's something that you don't really see hardly anymore. Yeah, get a load of that. You can pause that right there. There you go. Well, speaking of Omen here, we've got the remake on DVD. Yeah, pretty good. All right, then we have a couple of, let's see, we have another one from Michael Bay's production company, Platinum Dunes. We've got the Amityville Horror remake. Yeah, starring Ryan Reynolds. This was really good. It's awesome. Very rare to see Ryan Reynolds as a villain. Then we have Wrong Turn 2, Dead End. Yeah, I have actually yet to watch any of these. I heard they're really good, so I'm trying to get all of them. Then, of course, we have The Butterfly Effect. Yeah, it's not really a horror, but it's more of a thriller movie. But, God, this is so good. And it kind of packs a bit of an emotional punch a little bit for being a thriller movie. And then, of course, we have the sequel, Butterfly Effect 2. Now, the third one is part of the After Dark Horror Fest series. So, if you want to find that one, you got to track down that series to get it. So, yeah. Alrighty. Then we have, well, speaking of Amityville that you admit that you'd seen just a second ago, we've got the original Amityville Horror starring James Brolin and Margot Kidder. Yeah. Awesome. Then we've got Amityville 2, The Possession. And, of course, Amityville 3D, which the movie itself is not even in 3D, it's just 2D. Yeah, watered down to PG. Then, of course, we got the original version on Blu-ray of The Fly. Yeah, this movie is awesome. It's so cool. It looks great on Blu-ray, too, by the way. This is the edition you want because it's got great bonus features and stuff, but I really want to get that Fly Scream Factory set, which has all of them on Blu-ray. Then, of course, we have the original The Exorcist. I think this is the 25th anniversary edition. And, well, what can you say? Still scary to this day. Still creepy. Then, of course, well, speaking of creepy, how'd you like to play with a doll? Hi, I'm Chucky. You want to play? Yeah, so here we have the complete collection. Well, it's not really complete anymore, but this set, I believe, goes up to, yeah, it goes all the way up to Curse of Chucky. So it's not really the complete collection anymore. But, you know, hey, what can you say? Have yourself some creepy dolls. Alrighty, so now we're going to go into the back shelf here, which consists of my entire Stephen King collection, except for 2 movies, which we'll get through first. So here we have another edition of Army of Darkness, which is just your generic DVD release. Then we have Hannibal Rising, which is the prequel to the entire Silence of the Lambs Hannibal series. But what can we say, though? At least Thomas Harris, the writer of the original books, actually wrote the script, so that's good enough for me. Alrighty, so now we're going to do some Stephen King stuff. Yeah. So here we have one of the original DVD releases, because I love the cover, it's creepy. We have Stephen King's Graveyard Shift. Yeah. Then we have Sometimes They Came Back, directed by Tom McLaughlin of Friday the 13th Part 6. Alrighty. So up next we have a double feature. We have Big Driver and Riding the Bullet. All right. Then we have the original DVD release of Carrie. Yeah. Great special edition. I'd like to get the collector's edition of the Scream Factory set, which would be sweet. Then we have the Scream Factory double feature of Carrie and Carrie the Rage Carrie 2. The version of Carrie that's on here is from 2002. Because I thought it was, I had no idea that they had remade it. Well, actually, speaking of the remake, they did actually remake it. We've got the remake starring Chloe Grace Moretz and, of course, Julianne Moore. Great, great movie. And, well, we have some more stuff. Oh, yeah. So, here we have on Blu-ray and on DVD, we have the special edition of The Green Mile. It's not a horror movie, but I like to keep it in my Stephen King collection set. And, of course, we have the original Snapper Case release of the DVD. Of course, this one doesn't really have much as far as bonus features go, but get this edition because it is absolutely loaded to the brim with extras. Yeah, great movie, though. Very long, but it's good. Then we have the Langoliers. Yeah, most of his stuff was done with, from Artisan and whatnot, and so there you go. Then we have everybody's favorite clown. You want to play, Georgie? Yeah, the original miniseries of Stephen King's It, starring Tim Curry, of course, as everybody's favorite clown, Pennywise. But of course, I remember Tim Curry besides being besides from Rocky Horror. I remember him from a TV show called Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad, where he played the character of Kilo Khan. Then we have the DVD version of It, loaded with extras. Then, of course, we have also Part 2. Yeah. Different artwork on this one, so that's why I keep both. And then we have Children of the Corn. Yeah, starring Linda Hamilton. Have yet to actually watch it, so there we go. Yeah. Case is a little bit messed up, but if I find a better edition, I'll get that and replace it. Then we have the original DVD release of John Carpenter's Christine. Yeah. Not actually watched it yet, but we also have the special edition, loaded with extras. That's just bare bones. But what can we say? Different artwork, and, what can we say? I absolutely love John Carpenter's track for the car. That's just awesome. Alrighty. We're not done yet. Yeah. Here we have the collector's edition of Maximum Overdrive. I have not seen this yet. I found this at Walmart, of all places. And they had it marked down to like $5 or something. But this is the edition you want. Absolutely loaded with extras from the Mr. On Video series. Then we have a mini-series from one of his more recent books. We have 11/22/63, basically a mini-series about somebody trying to stop the assassination of JFK. Very interesting series from what I understand. Then we have The Dark Half. There you go. Written and directed by George Romero, of all people. Then we have the 2-disc collector's edition of 1408. Yeah, if you want to get this movie, get this edition because it's loaded with with the theatrical and the director's cut, but also bonus features. Yeah. Then we have Misery. Yeah. Of course, I want the need to get the Scream Factory edition because, well, all it has is the trailers, and that's it. And, of course, well, we have the same movie again, but with somewhat better artwork. And Kathy Bates still looks creepy. But this time with no bonus features. Just, well, there we go. Then we have The Dead Zone. Yeah, which I have not watched yet. I know that there was like a TV series that they made on USA. I think it's like 5 seasons. So I need to get that as well. And directed by David Cronenberg. Then we have Dreamcatcher. Yeah. Yeah, this one's weird. So, but, you know, great cast, though. Directed by Lawrence Kasdan. But the reason why loads of people went to go see this was because before this movie started, the short film Final Flight of the Osiris from the Animatrix was attached to this movie. Yeah. Okay, I guess that's kind of weird, but there you go. Then we have the Blu-ray of Doctor Sleep. Yeah, which this is the edition you want to get. Because not only does it feature the theatrical cut, but it also has the 3-hour extended cut. Yeah. Loads of bonus features and really, really well done. Great performance by Ewan McGregor. Alrighty. Then up next, we have an HBO series. We have The Outsider. Yeah. Then we have Pet Sematary, the Special Collector's Edition. Pet Sematary 2. And then we also have the remake. Yeah, now apparently there's another one coming out entitled, at the time of this recording, Pet Sematary Bloodlines. So we'll see where that one goes. Then we have the 2-disc collector's edition of The Mist. Yeah. On Blu-ray, yeah, the case is a little bit messed up. I need to find a replacement case for it. But maybe if I can find a green case, that'd be cool, because it would go with that. But it features both the colored version and, of course, the black and white version. The 2-disc DVD that was out, everything has been ported over to this. So, same content. This is just Blu-ray. Then we have The Stand. Yeah, the original miniseries. Directed by Mick Garris, written by Stephen King, you know, which is awesome because it actually has commentary and other cool features. I know that they remade it, but I don't have it yet. Trying to track it down. Alrighty, now we're on to the last bits of the Stephen King collection. So, we have a 2-disc special edition of The Shawshank Redemption. Everybody who has not seen this movie, watch it. And then after you're done watching that, watch The Green Mile, because they make a great double bill. One of the best movies ever made, and it's so good. Then we have Stephen King's The Shining. Yeah, now this is the miniseries made-for-TV edition, because Stephen King really absolutely hated the Kubrick movie, which, yes, I do have the Kubrick movie, but it's in my Kubrick collection. And, yeah, it's much longer. much, much longer. So, there we go. Then we have another series entitled Rose Red, the 2-disc deluxe edition DVD. Loaded with stuff, some bonus features, artwork, trailers, but very long. Then we have The Golden Years. Yeah. I just got it because, well, it's a Stephen King thing, and there you go. Then, of course, we have the original Creepshow. Yeah. Not watched it yet. I need to get the second one, as well as the other 2 seasons of the Shudder series. So, but what can we say? It's directed by George Romero, so you know it's going to be good. And finally, down to the very end of the nitty-gritty here. Well, we saw the DVD earlier. We've got the same Shawshank Redemption on Blu-ray. Yeah. I just mainly keep the DVD because, well, I don't know where I'm going to go, and if I need a DVD, I got the DVD still. Then we have Secret Window. Yeah, this one's actually pretty good. Directed by David Koepp, who's known for doing loads of great movies, including the Jurassic Park movies and a bunch of other great stuff. So, yeah, there we go. And then we have the special edition of The Running Man, starring everybody's favorites, Arnold. Yeah, loaded to the brim of bonus features. Great, great edition. Get this. It is a must-own. Then we have Graveyard Shift again, which kind of coincides with the, I guess you would call the fire logo background there, I guess. Yeah. What can we say? And finally, we have the original version of Firestarter. So yeah, starring a very young Drew Barrymore. I would say this was like right after E.T. So yeah, there we go. Directed by Mark L. Lester, who, if you know who that is, he directed Arnold in Commando. Yeah, so there you go. Co-starring Martin Sheen also, too. Also, even Keith David makes an appearance in this movie. And finally, we also got the remake. Yeah, I had no idea that they were even remaking this movie, because I thought this was the original movie. And I'm like, wait a minute, they remade this movie? Yes, they did. Alrighty, so that wraps. Alright, so let's put everything back, and we will do the outro. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that look at the fourth shelf of horror. Yeah, so we've got 4 down, 2 more to go. And, you know, once again, a little bit, you know, kind of more like directors and stuff like that for the next one. But, you know, what can we say? It's, mainly directors and TV stuff for the next part. Yeah. So, with that, remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and with that, I'll see you in part 5. See ya.